Hello and welcome to the Crosse Technologies Tech Talk, a show designed around answering your questions quickly and accurately. I'm Greg Piesel, and today we will be setting up and showing you how to use your new wireless color forecast station. So, let's go! Before we get started, I should point out that this video has been organized into chapter points, designed to help you find what you need to know quickly. So if you're looking to set up something specific, use the clickable links in the following overview screen to jump directly to that spot in this video. You can also find the times to each chapter point in the description below this video. Using this method, simply click the blue highlighted time to the right. However, if you are viewing this on a mobile device, such as a phone or tablet, you will need to drag the red playhead to the times listed below. Otherwise, just sit back and learn as we take you through each step of the setup process. So here's an overview of how this video is organized. Chapter 1, Introduction, which is actually what you are currently watching. Chapter 2, Initial Setup. We tell you what's in the box, what tools you'll need, and explain the initial steps to take to ensure you have a functional device, as well as how to install your outdoor sensor. Chapter 3, Settings Menu. This is an important section where we walk you through your settings menu step by step, making sure you have the station working the way you'd like. Chapter 4, LCD Layout and Icon Descriptions. In this chapter, we lead you around your forecast station screen, detailing what each icon means in relation to each other. We will also show you how to adjust your backlight brightness. Chapter 5, Forecast Information. This chapter covers the meaning of your forecast icons, trend arrows, and how to view your heat index, dew point, and daily high and low temperature and humidity readings. Chapter 6, Temperature and Humidity Alerts. A straightforward chapter where we show you how to set custom high and low temperature and humidity alerts, as well as how to silence the alarms when they sound. Chapter 7, Basic Restart. If for some reason your station is displaying dashes for your outdoor sensor, you may need to perform a restart. This chapter will cover the steps to follow in order to get things working correctly. And Chapter 8, Help Us Help You. This is the final chapter where we point out the unit's model numbers, tell you how to find customized support, and show you where to interact with us on social media. Alright, let's begin. Within your package, you should find one wireless color forecast station, one outdoor temperature and humidity sensor, one 5-volt power cord, and one quick setup guide. And here are some additional items you may want to have handy for proper use of this product. 2 AA batteries for your outdoor sensor, 3 AAA batteries for the forecast station, 1 mounting screw or nail to mount the temperature and humidity sensor, 1 power drill or hammer for mounting purposes, and a north-facing wall or well-shaded area to mount your outdoor sensor. Now let's get this station up and running. To ensure proper function of this device, we recommend following us through these 5 simple steps. Step 1. Insert 2 new AA batteries, according to polarity, into your outdoor sensor. Step 2. Insert the 5-volt power cord into an outlet, and then into the back of the forecast station itself. Step 3 is actually optional, however we do recommend inserting 3 AAA batteries, according to polarity, into the back of the forecast station. This will help the station maintain its time and weather information during power loss. Step 4. Check your outdoor sensor connection. The outdoor information should show up within the first minute. After you have your outdoor information displayed on screen, we recommend waiting at least 5 minutes before moving the sensor to its outside location. This helps the station and sensor sync properly and ensures a strong connection. And finally, your last step will be to mount your wireless outdoor sensor. To mount the sensor, insert 1 mounting screw, nail, or even string through the hole at the top. You will want to try and place it on a north-facing wall or in any well-shaded area. Make sure also that it is mounted vertically to allow for moisture to drain out properly. The maximum wireless transmission range from your sensor to your station is around 300 feet of open air. This does not account for walls, floors, or windows. Because of this, we do recommend temporarily putting the sensor in its outside location, somewhere where you'd like it to be, testing it for a few days to make sure it stays connected, before mounting it permanently. Taking a little time to go through your settings menu will ensure you have your station up to date and working the way you'd like. To enter the settings menu, press and hold the set button for about 3 seconds, or until the station beeps and the beep on-off setting begins flashing on screen. Once in the settings menu, you will use the plus or minus button to adjust the values, and the set button again to confirm your adjustments and move to the next item in the settings menu. I should also point out that if you'd like to exit the settings menu at any time, simply press and release the light button on top of the unit. This will save any changes you make and bring you back to the main screen. So here's the order in which the settings menu will follow. First is the beep on-off setting. The default, as you may have noticed, is on, meaning you will hear a beep for every button push. To change this to off, you will need to press and release either the plus or minus button. To confirm the selection, press and release the set button. This brings us to the atomic time on-off setting. It is important to note that if I set this to off, the settings menu will then skip over item 3, the time zone setting, and item 4, the daylight savings time option, leading me straight to item 5. We will talk more about the specific atomic time details later on in this chapter, but for now I will leave this set to the default on setting by once again pressing and releasing the set button to confirm my selection. Because I set the atomic time setting to on, the next feature then will allow me to choose my time zone. Using the plus or minus button to cycle through, these are abbreviated where EST stands for Eastern Time, CST Central Time, MST Mountain Time, PST Pacific Time, AKT Alaskan Time, HAT Hawaiian Time, and AST Atlantic Time. I am located in Wisconsin, so I will select CST for Central Time, but please make sure to choose the proper time zone for where you are located. To confirm my selection, I will once again press and release the set button. Setting 4 is pretty straightforward and allows us to choose whether or not we want to follow daylight savings time. The default setting is on, but should you wish to shut it off, simply use the plus or minus button to switch between the two. For me, I would like it on and will confirm this selection by pressing and releasing the set button. This then brings us to setting 5, where we can select between 12 and 24-hour time. I will go with 12-hour and make this my selection by pressing and releasing the set button. Next will be your hour setting. It's about 4:30 p.m. here, so using the plus button, I will move the hour to 4, making sure the AM symbol turns off and the PM symbol turns on. Now that I'm at 4 p.m., I will press and release the set button again to jump to the minute selection. Here, I will press and hold the plus button now to make the numbers climb rapidly. This also works in the opposite direction with the minus button. Once I reach 30 minutes, I will press and release the set button again to move to the year setting. It's currently still 2016, so I'll confirm this with the press and release of the set button. Next, I move to the month option. Today is September 8th, so I will move the month to SEP for September, confirm this, and then move the following date number here to the 8th, confirming this once again with the set button. After selecting the date, the station will bring you to the final setting, the Fahrenheit or Celsius temperature reading option. The default is Fahrenheit, but once again you can easily change this with the plus or minus button. I will, however, stick with Fahrenheit and make this my selection with one final press and release of the set button. This will bring us back to the main screen and keep all of the changes we have made. Now to finish up what we were saying earlier about this station's atomic time feature. When set to on, like we just did in the settings menu, this station will search for the atomic time signal at the coordinated universal times of 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And if there is no WWVB reception, the station will search for the atomic time signal every 2 hours until the WWVB time is received. The atomic time signal icon will flash while searching, and the tower icon will remain solid on screen when it's connected. After the reception is found, the station will only search for the atomic time signal after midnight, keeping it connected permanently. Of course, you can have the station perform a manual search for the WWVB time signal as well. To do this, from the normal time display, simply press and release the search button. Please be sure to have selected the correct time zone from the list in the settings menu, because when the signal is received, the station will set to the time zone you selected there. This chapter is designed to familiarize yourself with how the station screen is set up, and to give you an idea of all the different things that it's capable of. Area 1 includes your forecast information, which will be covered extensively in Chapter 5. Area 2 here shows your seasonal tree changes. Both the trees and foliage color will change seasonally. The dates are programmed into the forecast station for the scene to change automatically. The specific date ranges for each season can be found on page 9 of your manual. Icon 3 will show you your AM or PM symbol. These are important to pay attention to when setting your time, because each time you move past the 12 o'clock hour, the station will switch between the two. Area 4 will be your atomic time, represented in white digits. This atomic feature can be turned on or off within the settings menu. Icon 5 is the atomic tower signal and DST icon. If DST is displayed, that means you are following daylight savings time. And as mentioned in the previous chapter, when flashing, this tower icon is searching for the atomic signal. When this stops and it remains fully lit on screen, this means the station is connected and programmed to the time zone you selected within the settings menu. Area 6 includes your abbreviated month and date information. And Area 7 represents your full weekday. Now moving to the right side of the screen. Icon 8 is the sensor strength icon. The more bars, the better the reception. Icon 9 is the outdoor sensor's low battery icon. When this appears on screen, it may be a good idea to change the batteries in your outdoor sensor. Area 10 represents your outdoor temperature. This can be changed to Celsius within the settings menu. Icon 11 represents your outdoor temperature alerts. This station gives you the ability to set custom alerts should the temperature rise above or fall below a set degree. We will show you how these work in Chapter 6. Icon 12 is the outdoor temperature trend arrow. This feature updates every 15 minutes and compares data over the past hour. If the outdoor temperature rises more than 2 degrees Fahrenheit within the past hour, the up arrow will show. And if the temperature drops more than 2 degrees Fahrenheit within the hour, the down arrow will show. No arrows will be shown in this section if the temperature has not changed by more than 2 degrees within the past hour. Area 13 here is the outdoor sensor's humidity reading. Icon 14 shows your active outdoor humidity alerts. Chapter 6 includes how to set these up as well. Icon 15 is the outdoor humidity trend arrow, which works exactly like the temperature trend arrow. If the humidity changes by 3% RH or more within the hour, you will see an arrow representing the direction in which the humidity is gone. Icon 16 represents your indoor temperature alerts. And Icon 17 includes your indoor humidity alerts. These will both be covered in Chapter 6 as well. In Area 18, you will find your indoor temperature reading. Area 19, the smaller orange digits, represents your indoor humidity. And finally, Icon 20 is the station's low battery icon. When this appears on screen, it may be a good idea to change the batteries in the back of the forecast station. Now that you have a better understanding of what's represented on your LCD screen, let's show you how to easily adjust its brightness. When plugged in using the power cord for constant backlight, press and release the light button on top of the forecast station to adjust the backlight. With each press, you will cycle through the options: high, low, and off. Now, when you are using battery power only, the backlight will automatically be set to off. You can press the light button again to have the backlight turn on for about 10 seconds, but after which the station will turn off again to conserve battery power. This station is equipped with some very useful weather icons that will help keep you up to date on your ever-changing outdoor conditions. These forecast icons use changing atmospheric pressure to predict weather conditions that will happen in the next 12 hours. Here is a look at the icons that will appear for the different conditions you may experience. A sunny forecast, partly sunny, cloudy, rain, thunderstorms, and if the outdoor temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit and the forecast is predicting rain or thunderstorms, the snowy icon will appear. The coolest thing about this forecast station is that the more you use it, the more it learns, and the more accurate it will be, which is why we recommend allowing 7 to 10 days for it to find the correct barometric calibration. This will ensure a truly accurate personal forecast for your location. Another feature to help you easily predict the type of weather to come is your forecast trend arrow. These forecast trend arrows represent your future forecast. An up arrow means the pressure is rising and the weather is expected to improve. A down arrow stands for the opposite, where the pressure is falling and the weather is expected to worsen. And when neither of these arrows are showing, it means the weather is expected to remain the same. Now let's show you how to access your daily high and low temperature, humidity, heat index, and dew point readings. From your normal time display, all you have to do is simply press and release the temp button on top of the unit. First up, you will see your daily high temperature and humidity readings. Press the temp button again to see your daily low temperature and humidity readings. Press it a third time to see your outdoor heat index. And a fourth time to view your dew point. A fifth press and release of the temp button will bring you back to the main screen. It should be noted that these values will automatically reset at 12 a.m. midnight every day. The beauty of having a personal weather station is that you get accurate data coming right from your backyard. In this chapter, we will show you how to protect sensitive areas around your home by setting up custom high and low temperature and humidity alerts. To access the Alerts menu, press and hold the Alerts button for about 3 seconds, or until you see your outdoor low alert and its status flashing on screen. The way this menu works is first you have to arm the alert you wish to set. To do this, you will use the plus or minus button to turn that specific alert from off to on. Once an alert is set to on, you will see the digits light up on screen. To edit that alert value, press and release the Alerts button again. The digits should then begin flashing. You will use the plus and minus buttons here again to edit the value to your liking. Once you have the alert value you like the alert set at, press and release the Alerts button again to move to the next alert in the menu. Now, if you do not wish to set a particular temperature or humidity alert, simply leave the alert set to off and press and release the Alerts button to skip to the next alert option. To exit this menu at any time, simply press and release the light button. This will bring you back to the main screen, saving any alerts you may have set. But now, here's the order in which the Alerts menu will follow, along with where their particular icons will be located when active. First, as we have showed you, is the Outdoor Low Temperature Alert. Second is the Outdoor Temperature High Alert. Third is the Outdoor Humidity Low Alert. Fourth is the Outdoor Humidity High Alert. Fifth is the Indoor Temperature Low Alert. Sixth is the Indoor Temperature High Alert. Seventh is the Indoor Humidity Low Alert. And eighth is the Indoor Humidity High Alert. Now let's show you how the alerts work and how to shut them off. When an alert value is reached, the display will beep for 5 seconds every minute until the temperature or humidity value moves out of that alert range. Alternatively, you can disarm the alert with the press and release of any button. If you choose to disarm a sounding alert, however, you will need to reset the alert back to on in the Alerts menu. In some instances, your station and sensor will have trouble connecting with each other. Now, this will typically happen after the batteries go dead or you experience a power outage. The most common fix will be to perform a basic restart of your station. Here's how it's done. When the outdoor sensor readings show dashes, you will want to bring the sensor in the house and set it at least 5 feet from the weather station. Remove the batteries from the sensor, as well as the batteries and power cord from the weather station. Then press and release any button at least 20 times, and then wait at least 15 minutes. This provides a clean connection opportunity by removing any random energy still in the station. Basically, this returns the unit to its out-of-the-box condition. So after the 15 minutes, insert new batteries into the sensor, and then into the back of the station. And then finally, reconnect the power cord. Within a minute or two, the data from your outdoor sensor should show up on screen. After which, we recommend waiting another 15 minutes to make sure it establishes a strong connection. You can then place the sensor outside in its shaded location. Another important thing to point out would be the model numbers for this unit. If you flip the forecast station around to the backside, you will find the station's model number, as well as the model numbers for its outdoor sensor and power cable. Additionally, these numbers will be printed on themselves as well. Knowing where to find these model numbers will be important if you wish to search for more information about this product online. So, for the most part, I think we've covered everything, but if you think we've missed something, or should you have further questions about this product or others, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section below. That is what these videos and our social media channels are all about, getting you the information you need to know quickly and accurately. We are here to help you, so please follow us on YouTube for the latest video content, like us on Facebook for some personalized interaction, and follow us on Twitter to join the conversation. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy your new wireless color forecast station. I'm Greg Piesel, here for La Crosse Technologies Tech Talk. We'll see you next time.